Right now all we have is a hello world message as our theme. It's not very flexible, nor does it look appealing. Let's change that. Earlier I asked you to download the static version of our theme. Open up that file. In our themes folder, let's create a subfolder called Assets. Unzip the contents of the static template into this folder. I'm also going to add the HTML in there as well so we can use it for reference throughout this course. It's important to note that WordPress doesn't require to have this folder or file structure. The only files WordPress needs are the index.php and style.css files. The folder structure is completely up to you. Let's open up the index.html file. Copy and paste its contents into the index template. Obviously this won't work, but it's a good starting point. If you refresh the home page, you'll notice the site is pretty broken. If you press F12 on your keyboard, you'll open up the developer tools for either Google Chrome or Firefox. You can then click on the console tab and you'll see that we're getting all these 404 errors. These errors appear because the style sheets and scripts that our template needs can't be found. We could edit the index template and fix the links to point to the new paths for our theme, but this isn't efficient or recommended. We run into a couple of problems such as users can actually change the default WordPress folder structure to suit their needs, rendering our fixed links useless. We would have to check if SSL is enabled and uses HTTPS or HTTP. You'll end up loading all style sheets and scripts on every page, even if we don't need them. If you want to, you can create the logic for this, but you don't have to because WordPress actually handles this logic for us. It's something WordPress calls action hooks. I'll explain what those are in just a moment. Back inside our themes folder, create a new file called functions.php. This file is completely optional, but if you have it, then WordPress will automatically load this file and execute any code within this file. You don't have to do anything to set it up. The functions file can be thought of as your theme's logic. If you would like to query the database, add style sheets, process forms, check if a user is logged in, then this is the file you'll want to edit. I personally don't like to stuff my functions file with all my logic. I like to have structure and separate everything into its own file. So let's add some comments. We'll first create a section for variables or functions that must be available throughout our theme. The second section will be for including any files. The third section will be for any filters and action hooks. We'll discuss hooks very soon. Lastly, we'll create a section for shortcodes. Keep in mind, you don't have to structure your file like this. This is just how I do it and how I recommend you do it. Just to make sure everything is working, let's echo out a hello world message. If you refresh your page, you should see our message outputted onto the home page. Let's remove this because it's no good practice to echo out anything in the functions file.